There's one rule in the animal kingdom that almost nothing breaks. In nearly every species on Earth, from insects to elephants to us, the mother gives birth. The female carries the young. That's how it's worked for hundreds of millions of years. And then there's the seahorse. Because in a seahorse, it's the father who gets pregnant. Not helps out, not guards the eggs. Pregnant. He carries the babies inside his own body, in a sealed pouch on his belly. He feeds them from the inside, and when it's time, his body goes into real contractions, and he gives birth, pushing hundreds of tiny living seahorses out into the sea. It's the only true male pregnancy on Earth. So how does a fish end up rewriting one of the oldest rules of life itself? First, understand how strange the seahorse already is. Because a seahorse is a terrible fish. No scales, just bony plates. No teeth. It doesn't even have a stomach, so it has to eat almost constantly just to stay alive. And it can barely swim. One tiny fin beats 50 times a second, and it's still the slowest swimming fish ever measured. It can't chase food. It can't outrun anything. Drop it in an open current, and it can be swept away and die of exhaustion. By every measure, it should not survive. And here's the twist nobody expects. That hopeless little swimmer is one of the deadliest hunters in the ocean. When a seahorse strikes, it succeeds 90% of the time. A great white shark succeeds less than half the time. How? It stopped trying to win the race everyone else was running. It gave up speed completely and became a master of stillness. It wraps its tail around a blade of seagrass and holds on, then changes the color of its skin to match whatever it's clinging to, until it basically vanishes. It never chases. It waits, invisible. And when a shrimp drifts too close, it snaps that tube-shaped snout forward and creates a vortex that sucks the prey straight in, faster than you can blink. It survives by hiding, by waiting, by being unseen. And that quiet, patient lifestyle is exactly what made male pregnancy possible. Because the sea is brutal on babies. Most fish release their eggs into open water and swim away, and nearly every one is eaten within hours. So the seahorse keeps its eggs safe inside a body instead. Same reason pregnancy evolved in mammals. Dangerous for the parent, incredibly safe for the babies. But evolution handed that job to the father. And that isn't a mistake. It's genius. Think about it. Eggs are expensive. They take time to build. If the female makes them and then carries them for weeks, she can't start the next batch. Reproduction crawls. Now flip it. She makes the eggs and passes them to him. While he's pregnant, she's already building the next batch. And the moment he gives birth, she's ready again that same day. By splitting the work, the couple produces far more babies far faster than she ever could alone. Male pregnancy isn't strange for the sake of it. It's a machine for flooding the ocean with young. So how does it happen? It starts with a dance. Seahorses form pairs, and many stay loyal to one partner. Their courtship goes on for days, the two of them spinning around each other, changing color, locking tails, and drifting through the water together. When the female is ready, they rise up pressed together, and she injects her eggs directly into the pouch on his belly. The whole transfer takes 6 seconds. Then the pouch seals shut, and he fertilizes them inside, which guarantees every baby in there is his. What follows is a full pregnancy. The pouch fills with blood vessels that feed the embryos oxygen and carry their waste away. It slowly tunes the saltiness of the fluid week by week so that by the time they're born, their bodies are already prepared for the open ocean. He secretes calcium and rich fats to nourish them, and his pouch runs on prolactin, the same hormone that makes milk in pregnant mammals. His body is running a genuine pregnancy, just on the wrong parent. And the whole time, every single morning, the female swims back just to visit him. A short greeting, a little dance, and she leaves again. Day after day until the babies come. Then his body begins to contract and he pumps them out in bursts. 100, 1,000, sometimes 2,000. Each no bigger than a grain of rice, fully formed and swimming from the very first second. And he can give birth in the morning and be pregnant again by that evening. But here's the hard truth. Almost none of them will make it. Fewer than 1 in 200 reaches adulthood. Out of 1,000 babies, maybe 5. The father does everything nature allows. He builds them, feeds them, carries them, gives birth to them, and the ocean still takes nearly all of them. That's exactly why the doubling matters. The partnership isn't a luxury. It's a desperate war of numbers against a sea that devours almost everything. And that's what makes the seahorse quietly beautiful. It isn't the smartest fish in the sea, not even close, but it solved survival through partnership. Two animals, splitting the hardest job in nature straight down the middle so that a few more of their children might live. The father doesn't flee the weight of the next generation. He carries it, literally, inside his own body. We like to believe there's one natural way for life to work. The mother carries the young, the father moves on. But nature never followed that rule. It follows only one. Whatever helps more of your children survive wins. And sometimes, in a quiet patch of swaying seagrass, that answer looks like a father, anchored by his tail, giving birth to 1,000 tiny copies of the partner he returns to every single morning.